Hello everyone, this is the Loudmouth37. Sorry it's been a really long time since my last video, which I think is coming close to 2 months now, but with the summer I've just been really busy, so I just haven't had the time. But this month will be my first anniversary on YouTube, way! So, it's officially on the 28th I think, but I just wanted to make a video now. I'll probably do something on the actual day, but yeah, this is just a Doctor Who DVD collection update. Haven't done one of these for nearly a year now. Over the past year I've managed to get quite a bit, so let's have a look. So, yeah. Got the Sensorites, 6-part William Hartnell story. The first part's really good, sets the mood nicely, but ultimately it just goes on for too long, and the Sensorites aren't exactly convincing. The War Machines. Nice little 4-part story. Introduces Ben and Polly, whom I think are really underrated, but the War Machines themselves, they maybe not bad for the time, but the Dominators, Patrick Troughton, five episodes with the Quarks. Again, this could be a good story, but the Quarks, as we all know, aren't the most frightening things in existence. The Mind Robber, another 5-part Troughton story. This I got from the Doctor Who experience in Cardiff, where I actually got to wander around the actual TARDIS set, which was really, really cool. Shame no one from the show was there. That would have been cool. Doctor Who and the Silurians, 7-part Pertwee story. Yeah, it introduces the Silurians. It's really good. The music's really bad. I think any dedicated Whovian knows that, and maybe 1 or 2 episodes too long, but it holds its own pretty well. Inferno, another 7-part Pertwee story. This is considered by some to be the best Pertwee story. I'm not going to make that judgment until I've seen them all, but yeah, this is really good. With the whole parallel universe setting, I think the first in the show's history to do a parallel universe story. But no, it's good. The Daemons, or the Demons, however you want to pronounce it. This is the other hot contender for favourite Pertwee story, and it is really good. It's very well planned out. Roger Delgado is great as the Master. I enjoyed it, yeah. The Sea Devils, 6-part Pertwee story. The Sea Devils are a decent monster, but they aren't as impressive as the Silurians were. But Roger Delgado is great in it, so. And I've got a lot of Pertwee over these past few months. The Time Warrior, 4-part Pertwee. First to introduce the Sontarans, first to introduce Sarah Jane, who's great in this, because she shows a bit more of a feistiness in her character, which sadly I think gets pushed back as we go further into her tenure as a companion. But Lynx is great it was realised really well. Great script by Robert Holmes too. Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Part 1 obviously was recolorized. Great. Part 1 was recolorized for the first time, as the BBC only had a black and white print, and you can watch the black and white version, but I chose to watch the colour. It's not that bad considering they tried their best with what they had, but there are parts where you can really tell that it's a forced effort. But it's a good story apart from the dinosaurs, but I don't think anyone needs to go into any detail about that. Planet of the Spiders, Pertwee's 6-part final adventure. It's good, but I think the plot it drags along a bit. Maybe it should have been a 4-parter, I don't know. It's a nice send-off, but sadly if Roger Delgado hadn't tragically passed away, they could have gone with the original plan of a final confrontation with the Master. That would have been a good end story. Where are we now? The Android Invasion, 4-part Tom Baker. This is a nice little story, but it was not the right way to send off Unit, as this is the last. Well, the Brig's not in it, but it's the last time we see Benton and Harry Sullivan. But it's a nice little story. But Seeds of Doom, often considered one of Tom Baker's best, 6-part. Yeah, I liked it, but I don't think it's. The effects were good, obviously, on the Krynoids, and the story's good. Maybe a bit overrated, but that's just totally my opinion. Right. This was from Christmas. I got the Key to Time box set, so I've got the Ribos Operation. Good opener. The Pirate Planet. Stones of Blood, the 100th Doctor Who story and on the 15th anniversary. Androids of Tara, where Mary Tam gets her chance to shine. The Power of Kroll, which is arguably one of the weaker segments. And the Armageddon Factor, which introduces Lalla Ward, but isn't maybe the conclusion people were hoping for. I liked it, personally. That one there. Warriors of the Deep. This is derpy. I'm sorry, this is really, really derpy. The Merca. I don't need to say any more for a Whovian who knows what the Merca is. I know they had production issues, Margaret Thatcher holding the election, you know, restricted studio time, blah, blah, blah. But then, in that case, they shouldn't have made it. I don't care if it brought the Silurians and Sea Devils back, but the Merca ruined it for me. And just in general, it was the... Oh dear, but I think everyone knows why. The Twin Dilemma, Colin Baker's first story. This is considered the worst Doctor Who story of all time. It's, as of the most recent Doctor Who magazine poll in 2009, this was number 200, which was the bottom. I don't like how they characterise the Doctor at first. I'm all for making him unpredictable, but not violent. I think it's the wrong direction. The story was okay, but as a Whovian, secretly no one hates any story. Everyone loves them all, but, you know. Delta and the Bannerman, 3-part McCoy. Nice little, it's all nonsense, but it's good fun. It's a good romp. Set in Wales. Probably the worst Welsh accent. Dragonfire, 3-part McCoy. Introduces Sophie Aldred as Ace. Kane, the villain, is really good. And I like the story in general. Shame the dragon effect wasn't very well realised, but what are you going to do? And the Happiness Patrol, 3-part McCoy. Yeah, this is notorious for the Candyman, the thing that looked like Bertie Bassett so much that Bertie Bassett sued the BBC and now he's never allowed to be used again. Decent idea for a story, the whole concept, the whole political system of happiness, but don't use the Candyman. Yeah, that's all for the new DVDs I have in the collection, I think. I think I've covered everything I've got since last October onwards. I'm aiming to get Paradise Towers, because that's the only McCoy one I'm missing in terms of I've seen all the McCoy stuff, because I have Curse of Fenric and Great Show in the Galaxy on VHS. But Paradise Towers is the only one I haven't seen, which is annoying. I have all Colin Baker's, Time Lash and Vengeance on Varos are on VHS. I'm not doing bad with Davison and obviously the others I need to get more of, but yeah, in the UK they are costly, these things. It's hard to find them cheap second-hand, and if they are cheap second-hand, often the time they don't work. But yeah, I aim to get all the classic stuff available by November 2015, because that would have been 10 years since I started collecting classic Doctor Who, my first being the Three Doctors in November 2005. So that's my personal goal. I reckon with some dedication and a lot of investment I can do it. I'm very excited for the 50th anniversary. I think everyone is. I think John Hurt will be great. Obviously everyone's scratching their heads. Just having David Tennant back will be amazing. And I think everyone will be overly happy with it. And I'm personally happy with Peter Capaldi. I think he's a great choice for a 12th Doctor. I loved him in the thick of it, and I think he'll just make a good Doctor. And it doesn't matter that he's been in it before. Colin Baker was in Arc of Infinity, so it doesn't matter. So everyone who thinks that, be quiet. So, after all that, yep, that's my update. So maybe I'll do one of these in a few months, maybe after I've got some more, maybe even after Christmas. That's a good season of getting Doctor Who DVDs. Yeah, but until then, sorry for the long wait, but this has been the Loudmouth 37. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye.